Anastasia, and today we are gonna make an ugly Christmas sweater. So I got a sweater from the thrift store, and then I went to the dollar store and bought all these really fun things that we are gonna put on the sweater. This is a super fun way to be festive at all of your Christmas parties, and it's so inexpensive and festive. So I got this green sweater from the thrift store for about $3. And I mean, it's cute and all, but I'm looking for festive. So I went to the dollar store and I got 4 awesome things that I'm gonna put on the shirt and make it festive. And you're thinking, what can you buy at the dollar store for $4 that's gonna make this shirt festive? Well, stay tuned because you're about to find out. If you're not subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that way you can see all of my new videos. And I put new videos out every week. The supplies for this are so easy. I just went to the dollar store and found all of these really awesome decorations that stood out to me. It was really hard to choose what to buy for the sweater because there are so many decorations at the dollar store. This is a great place to buy cheap Christmas decorations. Supplies for this project are super simple and you don't need a sewing machine. You're gonna need some matching thread, a hand sewing needle, and I recommend using one that's fairly large because we're going to be going through a large knit sweater. You're also going to need some scissors, and you're going to need one awesome, heavy red or green sweater. You know, because it's Christmas, we need the red and the green. You're also gonna need some really cool bells. I chose really big bells because I want it to be big and gaudy. And then I found these super cool candy cane lights that have little battery packs on them so we can light up even. What? From the dollar store? Cool. So make sure you get 2 packs because we're going to be putting them on the arms, 1 for each side. You're also going to need some super awesome garland. I went with this red and silver iridescent one. You're also going to need a hot glue gun and some Velcro. You don't have to get the exact same supplies as I did, but if you get things that are very similar, your sweater's gonna work out awesome. The first thing we're gonna put on the sweater are the lights. So grab your packs of lights and we're gonna wrap them around the sleeves. So you're wondering, what are we gonna do with this giant battery pack? You can either hide it under the cowl, you can hide it under the neckline, in the back or the front, whatever works for the type of sweater you have. You can also hide it in the cuff or under the bottom of your sleeve on the bottom as well. So I have my battery pack hiding here under the cowl, and now I have wrapped my lights around the sleeve. So you can see they're also on the back of the sleeve and they're on the front of the sleeve. So position them where you'd like, and now we're gonna hand sew them down. Make sure you space them evenly on the sleeves. You can see I have about the same distance from each line of lights on here because we are gonna end up putting some garland in these other spots. So you want it to look nice and even. Now that you have your lights positioned, grab your Velcro and your glue gun because we are going to mount our battery pack on our shirt. So make sure you're putting the Velcro on the back of your battery case. So let's measure our battery case and cut a piece of Velcro. Okay, so take your Velcro apart. Now I'm gonna put the side with the teeth facing up on the back of the battery case. So go ahead and put some hot glue down the middle of your battery case. Careful not to burn yourself, and let's place this Velcro in the middle. Give that a few minutes to dry. We'll just set that over here. Now we want to put the fuzzy side of the Velcro face up on our sweater. So let's go ahead and put a nice line of hot glue down where we can put our Velcro. And go ahead and push that down. Hold this down nice and tight. Be careful not to burn yourself out like I just did with the glue. It is hot. Okay, give that a few minutes to dry. Now that this is all dry, let's go ahead and put our 2 pieces of Velcro together and check that out. It sticks great. So now, if you need to, you can peel this battery pack off. There you go. And now it's gonna stick. And it's gonna be hidden in our cowl. So cool. Now that we have our power pack on, let's hand sew on our lights. So if you don't know how to properly thread your needle and put a knot at the end, make sure you check out my video on how to thread your needle and put a knot at the end of your thread. The link for that's going to be down below. So I'm going to hand sew where all of the lights are. So I'm going to go up under the sweater. Make sure you're just going through one layer. And I'm going to wrap my thread across this candy cane. And I'm going to do it a few different times, making an X across it, so that way it doesn't fall off. Okay, and now when you feel like you have it secured on there, you can go ahead and make a knot on the back of your sweater. So stick your needle through a few of the fibers in the sweater, and then through this big loop to make a knot. And I like to do that twice. So again, through the sweater, this loop, before you pull it all the way tight, make sure you stick your needle through it and then pull, and then that way you have a knot. And now you can go ahead and just cut off the rest of the thread. And now our light is stuck on our sweater and it's not going to go anywhere. So we want to go ahead and do this to all of the lights on your sweater. So now I'm going to flip it over and move on to the next one. Now I've got two finished and it's time to finish the rest. Now that we have our beautiful candy cane lights sewn down on the sleeve, I want you to go ahead and do the exact same thing to the other side. Now that you have your lights on, grab your garland because we are going to sew it down. So you want to start with your garland by the battery pack. We're going to go down the shoulder and then we're going to go down the armhole. And then it goes under the sleeve, so wrap it around to the back. And then it's going to keep wrapping its way around in between the lights till you get to the sleeve. And now for the sleeve, I went all the way around it in a circle. Now that we have our garland positioned, grab your needle and thread and we are going to sew it down to the sleeve. So I'm starting where the end of my garland is, but first I want to go in my sweater and come back out. And now I want to position my garland right over that. And now what we're going to do is that same motion over and over, we're going to whip stitch this on. So we're basically creating a row of stitches wrapping around the garland. So in the sweater, out the sweater on the other side of the garland. In the sweater, out the sweater on the other side of the garland. And so you're going to notice this row of stitches that's winding around. So now I'm on the right side of the garland, I go in, I come up on the left side of the garland, I go down on the right side of the garland, and I come up on the left side of the garland. And you'll notice it's on. It's not going anywhere, and you can't see it because the garland is so fluffy and amazing. So you want to go ahead and do this all the way around your entire length of your garland. So that way it does not fall off. So get stitching. And whenever you need to make a new thread, because I just ran out of thread, just go ahead and make a knot. Okay, so I've run out of thread and I need to make a knot. And I don't have much thread left, so it's going to be tricky. So I want you to go into the sweater and come back out with the needle, but don't pull it all the way because we want to get the tip of our needle back into that loop of thread. I did it. You see that? And now we can go ahead and pull our needle and cut our thread and just rethread your needle and start all over again. Okay, I have another needle threaded and we are going to sew all the way up to the top of the arm. Okay, so I've made it back up to where the battery pack is. I'm going to do one last stitch and then I'm going to get this knot in here. And then pull, and then you've got a knot. You can make two knots or one knot and just go ahead and cut, and now we're all set. Now that I have the garland wrapped around and sewn on the sleeve, I want to go ahead and do the exact same thing to the other side. Now that we have the sleeves complete, it's time to put on our bells. So I have my bells positioned where I would like them. You obviously can position them anywhere that you would like on the shirt. And now we're going to go ahead and hand sew them on because we have this loop or this bar here on the back of the bell. Now grab your needle and thread and a bell. Now what you want to do is stick the needle through the bar of that bell and pull it till you get close to the end of your thread. And then what you want to do is take your needle and put it through the two threads. And if you pull it, your bell is going to be hanging on your thread. Now take your needle and go into the sweater where you would like the back of your bell to be. So I'm going to go in and then come out. And that's where my bell is going to be. So now what I want to do is go into the back of the bell again. And now I'm going to go in the sweater, come back out. Now keep pulling this tight. It's going to get hard to see here, but we're going through the back of the bell. We are going to loop it through one more time, which is going to make it 4 times. And this time, go through that thread loop so that way we can make a knot. There we go. I'm going to do 2 knots to make it nice and secure. Go through the fabric, pull it out, and make sure you take your needle and go in that thread loop and then out. And now we're all good to cut our thread. And now our bell is nice and secure on our sweater. Now go ahead and sew down the rest of the bells on your sweater, and that is it. And then we're done. We did it. We finished our ugly Christmas sweater. But I think it's a really cute Christmas sweater, actually. We have our LED lights. We have our amazing garland going all the way around our sleeves. And then we have our awesome jingle bells all over the sweater. These are like extra big jingle bells. They are so fun. So I am ready for the holiday season. And now it's your turn to get ready for the holiday season and make an ugly Christmas sweater from the dollar store. Thanks so much for watching Sew Anastasia today. I hope you had fun watching, and I hope you go out and make an ugly Christmas sweater yourself. Make sure you tag me in your ugly Christmas sweaters because I want to see them. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Sew Anastasia and Anastasia Chatzka. And if you're in Chicago, come take a sewing class with me in my studio. I would also love to make you a custom garment because I'm a fashion designer. What? And if you haven't seen my Patreon lately, hop on over to Patreon and check out all the ways you can support Sew Anastasia and help us grow. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you can check out all of my other videos right when they come out. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!